and it is another Thursday, and that means another behind the scenes. Today, the question is, what the hell is Age of Aquarius? And why am I and a lot of other people talking about it? Before I delve into that, I want to announce that I finally created a private Facebook group for you, your friends, for all of us to have a community where we can talk about spirituality, trauma healing, share our experiences, knowledge, and stories. Nothing is off limit in that group as long as we are talking about those topics. I aptly named the group transcending trauma, the spiritual odyssey. If you go to Facebook and search for their name, it will land you right there, and you can join. But you have an easier is clicking on the link in the description. I hope to see you and get to know you inside. Now, to our topic today. Age of Aquarius. What the hell is it? And why are people talking about it? Well, if you were my age or older, but you better be younger and still have heard the 1970s song by the group, the fifth dimension. The song Age of Aquarius. The words to the song aptly describe what the term means. the word is the word some of them are. When the moon is in the seventh house, talking of astrology, of course, and Jupiter aligns with Mars. Then this will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. Sympathy and trust abounding. No more falsehoods or deceptions. Golden living dreams of visions and the mind's true liberation. Yes, what that all means is it is a time of tremendous awakening and transitioning from a materialistic mindset to a more conscious living and up-leveling your consciousness. Now, I have to go take you back for a moment because I find this little tidbit in our history to be relevant and funny. So, back in the 1960s and 70s, it was a time of Aquarius, Age of Aquarius. People were the hippies back then were all about drugs, love, and peace. But the drugs they were doing were psychedelic and hallucinogenic drugs. They had opened their minds and consciousness to spirituality, their reality. It was mind blowing what those drugs did for them and for the up-leveling of the global consciousness. Well, back then, there were no returns to go to. Those were necessary. People were buying the drugs, doing the eating the mushrooms, and just going with it. Okay. Well, they asked forward to 2012, and I bring up the year for a particular reason. So hang with me, and I will make it clear why. But I would like to know if in listening to almost all of the more recent podcast episodes that I have released. My guests almost always start their spiritual healing journey or tremendous spiritual awakenings in the year 2012. Well, I want us regularly seeing the commonality in so many of their stories. I decided to delve into that to find out what was going on cosmically or otherwise. Now, what I found out is according to the Mayan calendar, they ended in 2012. They had forecasted or prophesied they would be the end of the world. I mean, it would be a cataclysmic event. The world would implode and humanity would be gone. Obviously, that did not happen. But there has been a lot of other spiritual lists, like, let me get his name, John Major Jenkins, who, upon gathering just a wealth of information on this topic, said that the end of the Mayan calendar did not signify the end of the world. Yes, we know it. In dad is signifies a new beginning, a golden era, like my guest. I believe Cynthia required talked about see in 2012 a lot like hope failed general also a guest on my podcast. It was they year they they really saved clear can say now just from the divine. There was no doubt in their minds as to who was speaking to them, nor what they were being guided to do. Okay, so going back now to what I read about this new age. What does that mean exactly? Like, what was happening cosmically to bring about these changes? Because prior to 2012, we were all material focus, working, getting ahead, keeping up with over surpassing the Joneses. Okay, and that type of thinking to a large degree has continued and has created many like multiple styles of love exists this group of people are living one way of their own beliefs, are like independent and really don't want to have anything to do with anyone in their silos or those meandering about trying to connect with a group or someone. What I learned is there is a new age of spiritual belief that began in 2012 involving a positive physical or spiritual trends for mission and a shift in consciousness. That is really important to have started in 2012. The key is that of the shift are number one, a transformation of consciousness and a moving away from materialism towards a more intuitive, mystical, shamanic, and literal spiritual viewpoint. Number two, the beginning of a new era, you probably know it is the age of Aquarius, collective spiritual growth and a rebirth of humanity. Now, you know that if you're listening to this, but here's an aspect of the shift you may not know about. It's called the galactic alignment. Some theories, particularly those popularized by John Major Jenkins, focused on an alleged astronomical event called the galactic alignment, where the sun would align with the galactic equator and the winter solstice heralding a profound spiritual transition. Now, I want to note that astronomers and Mayan scholars are deeming that aspect of the golden era as being untrue. They're proving that aspect of this. But personally, I fully believe that major changes like this that occur are prompted by galactic or astronomic changes and alignments. But you, being a critical thinker, can do more research worth get through and come up with your own thoughts on it. Number 4 is spiritual activism. And that is literature, or people like me and millions of others that they believe this. And in our conversation in foster a shared human destiny, encouraging people to get on board, to grow your consciousness, grow as a human being. Do the healing you need to do in order to grow and to end up at that place of love. Ultimately, the age of Aquarius is all about each of us finding peace within self-love, elevating our consciousness, and spreading peace and love. Now, I could go into more about this, but I'm going to leave you with this thought and encourage you to listen to the episodes of transcending trauma, the spiritual honesty, to hear other people's stories, and to think about your own thoughts, story, and where you're at in this massive shift. Okay, now the last point is not only did I notice my guests talking about the year 2012, but many of them also talk about 2022, 3 years ago. And for me, well, 2020 and forward has just been a massive spiritual shift and up-leveling my consciousness. But 2022 is important and key to this golden era is 2012. Not to say that is just those 2 years separated from one another. No, the shift really began ramping up in 2012 and has just kept going. But we see another major uptick in 2022. I would love for you to check into this, see what you find, or if you're experiencing it and you are well aware of it, comment on my YouTube channel, or better yet, join me and others in the new Facebook group, and let's talk about this. I look forward to hearing what you know and have experienced. Lastly, if you would like more information, that is unique to you about your journey, your purpose, healing, whatever you can reach me on my website, or email me. I'll put all of that into the description. Now, I know personally how elevating your consciousness and shifting your energy, the impact of it can have and does have on your life. You don't have to do it alone. It doesn't mean you have to be lonely during the journey. Join my group, contact me, reach out. I am here, and there are a ton of others waiting to help you to walk this journey alongside of you. Until next week, keep shining bright.